welcome back. We're going to go through today's strength. It's going to involve 3 movements. We've done the tempo split squats before. We're going to go through single leg Romanian deadlifts and some alternating single leg hip thrust holds. Okay, so first one, tempo split squat. You're going to want something that's behind you, and it's going to be something you could elevate your foot onto. So a chair, a bench, a bed, whatever works. And then the tempo is going to be 3-1-X1. So you're taking 3 seconds to go down, 1 second at the bottom, explode up, and then hold it for a second before you go back down into your 3-second descent. So you always want your hips to stay square when you're doing those tempo squats. Ideally, you want to keep that chest upright. So don't hinge too far forward. You don't want too much of a bend in your hip as you go down. So really try to keep a straight line from, the head to the bent knee as you go up and down. And then you can always add weight if you want to make it a little bit more challenging. So you could hold weights to the side, hold it at your chest, but make sure that you're able to do good tempo split squats. So you're able to maintain that tempo for those 8 to 12 reps, and it's easy, so you want to make it more challenging. If you're struggling to go down for 3 seconds, pause for a second, or your balance is all over the place, then you might want to hold off on adding weight. All right, so foot's going to be forward. That way my knee doesn't pass my toes when I start to descend. Okay, I'm going to have my back foot propped up, hips square, chest up tall, and then I'm going to take a 3-second descent, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, pause for a second at the bottom, and then up, explode, 1 second at the top before I go back down for 3 seconds. Pause, and up. All right, so you're going to do about 8 to 12 on each leg, and you can always take 30 seconds, 45 seconds before you switch to a side. It's just going to depend on how you're feeling there. Okay, so next movement is the single leg, single arm Romanian deadlift. So you're holding the opposite side. So if I'm doing my Romanian deadlifts on my left, I'm going to hold it at the right, and I'm working my anti-rotation core string as I do these Romanian deadlifts. So this Romanian deadlift isn't all about building up your hamstrings, all about the lower body. A lot of it has to do with core work, so that's going to be working on, that's what we're working on this single arm, single leg. All right, so plant that foot into the ground, make sure that big toe is pushing into the ground. That's why we want to do those seesaws before we get started. Your foot's activated, we're ready to stand on one leg and hold everything tight. So you're keeping, again, those shoulders and hips square as you can. As you hinge back, keeping that leg straight, control it down, and come back up. When you're going down, you really want to control. Romanian deadlifts are more about the control down as opposed to coming up and lifting weights. So it's more working that slow control down. All right, so you're doing 10 on each leg, each arm. Again, take 30 to 45 seconds to rest between those leg sets, and then take another rest before you get to those alternating single leg hip thrusts. Now we're going to go into a hip thrust hold for 30 seconds. Again, you're going to need something to have your upper body elevated onto. So you're going to want your shoulders and upper back supported on a chair, the couch, something. So you get into your hip thrust position. You're going to squeeze your glutes, lift those hips up. Look at your knees, make sure they're not splaying out. You want to keep them aligned, straight, and right over the ankles. All right, so belly tight, not just arching the back, but really keeping that tailbone tucked in, squeezing here. And then from here, you're going to lift a leg up, and you're just gonna march, keeping it controlled for 30 seconds. If that's difficult, you could always just hold that hip thrust hold. You don't need to bring the leg up. You could just straighten the leg. Yeah, as long as one leg is coming off and you're working on that balance, that's what we want to see. So you're taking 20 minutes to cycle through these movements, taking as much rest as you need. So it's not an AMRAP to go fast, trying to get as many rounds and reps as you can. You don't want to do more than 4 sets. All right, so don't rush through these movements. Just kind of take your time, taking some rest in between each side or each movement, and then maybe take a longer rest in between the whole set. And if you get done with 4 sets before the 20-minute mark, you can stretch, you can rest, and yeah, just make sure you're not doing too much. For the Metcon, the 2 movements you're going to be working on is handstand push-ups. We're trying to go strict, so strict handstand push-ups and front squats. All right, so if you can do good handstand push-ups against the wall, make sure they're strict, make sure you have good control as you're going all the way down and all the way up. So we're looking for a straight line from the hands to the feet. And you're gonna allow your head to hinge slightly back as you go down, so they're behind your hands, and then you're gonna push through, head through to finish, right? So make sure that your feet aren't going all over the place. You're not falling off the wall before you complete that rep. You wanna have good control through that whole range of motion. If you have difficulties doing handstand push-ups, you could always do them off a chair, a bench, and to make it difficult, you could hike up. So you have your feet on the chair, and you're gonna get your butt up as high as you can, and you're stacking your hands, shoulders, butt, and you're gonna go down and press through to finish. All right, so if that's difficult, you could always go off the knees and make it a little less challenging. So if hiking up onto your toes or your feet are too much, you could always go off the knees, and same idea. You're gonna push your butt up in the air, and you're gonna stack your wrists, shoulders, butt as much as you can. You're gonna come down, touch, and then press through to finish. Again, stacking vertically those wrists, elbows, shoulders, hips. And following your handstand push-ups, you're gonna have front squats. So if you have 2 dumbbells, we're gonna pretend that this is a dumbbell. You're gonna have it in that front rack position. Dumbbells touching the shoulders, keeping those elbows high. And you're gonna squat down, keeping that chest tall, push those knees out, try to get that hip crease below parallel, and you're gonna stand up all the way until your shoulders, hips, knees, ankles align. If you just have 1 dumbbell, you could either hold it at your chest like a goblet, or you could go waiter squats, go single side, and do about half the reps with 1 arm, and then half the reps with the other arm. If you want to further challenge yourself, you could always do similar to a sandbag squat, really working that core strength, stability, filling up a duffel bag, a backpack with lots of objects, doing a bear hug, and squat up and down that way. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you found that video helpful, and we'll see you next time.